Hey, did anyone arrive while I was away? I saw an SUV on the other side of the Halloween parade. Hey, did anything slick back while I was away? You know I've got a lot of time to amble and pontificate. Get in it, we got a horse to tame, let's win it. By the tines of old Geronimo, we've got a war to finish. Get in it, there's nothing else to do. Let me kill a bit of time with you.
2020 was a year, a very complicated year. However, while bars closed due to a virus, I still needed entertainment, fun. Running up and down stairs, dancing using the Persona 3 spin-off music, or even VTubers at this point, watching Super Mario 64 bloopers, learning about the power of left... Wait, Mario 64 bloopers? Yeah, during 2020, not only there was this creepypasta about Super Mario 64, every copy is personalized, people kept making a lot of stuff about it, to the point where it became a bunch of urban legends. There also was the Nintendo Giga Leak that ended up putting Mario 64 back on the spotlight. One of the way I got entertained was watching SMG4, as usual. However, I started in 2017. It wasn't until 2020 that I noticed many comments about older SMG4 videos. Since my special interest stand-up/improv comedy were both impossible to get during the pandemic, binging older SMG4 videos was a priority. Surprisingly, it led me through a rabbit hole. However, let's talk about my first exposure before anything else. So basically, I was into FNAF Let's Plays thanks to Markiplier. A video 10 popped up, Freddy's Spaghetteria. I was confused as to why Mario was in FNAF, nor had any idea what an SMG4 was. So I watched it. It was Mario is stupid now, the jokes were okay, I liked Chica saying pizza. The part I enjoyed was the ending, where Mario became the slasher hunting down the animatronics. I think nowadays we get to see more reverse slasher movies, but back in 2014 it was a rare thing. So at the time I thought it was so forgettable despite reminding me of Kitty 0607. So I never touched SMG4 again. Then Mario's train trip popped up, and the worst part is that it made me laugh really hard, to the point where I started watching SMG4. I had a few criticisms, such as the Doki Doki Literature Club episode featuring not Monica but a new character called Psycho. Like Psycho. Mob Psycho 100 reference! I wanted Monica. I ended up enjoying Psycho later when she came back. I still wish we got to know what happened to her, but this SMG4, they can't do story arcs, right? Waluigi's story arc was the first story arc since the adventures of Mario and Luigi in 2014. Then Noli Carm not only it made fun of the Waluigi debate in Smash, but it added depth to the character, something I haven't seen in the series yet. I also really enjoyed as well the Bob arc, as it did the same thing to Bob, a random character from Zelda, with the rap battle being a perfect ending in my opinion. The anime arc went above and beyond to create drama, stakes, etc. I just think it went a bit too far. Yes, I really liked it a lot. However, the villain wasn't all fun and games unlike Waluigi or Bob. Real deaths, consequences, etc. happened to these characters. It probably has been the grimmest SMG4 had ever been. It was clear after this point that there was no going back. This is what SMG4 would be now. It still took a while before there was a new arc, but there were plenty of lore drop, making it clear that you could not miss an episode. Meanwhile, in the forsaken place known as the YouTube comments, many complained about the new direction the channel was taking, saying the old episodes were better. So I took the bait and binged the earlier episodes. It was an experience. Even by 2010 standards, it was a very amateurish attempt to make a Mario sitcom, thanks to many mistakes or the lack of music. I'd say 2013 is when the videos got a lot better, or more watchable in my opinion. I can say a lot of the charm that you can find in the older Mario bloopers is there. I enjoy that charm, as I used to roleplay in Peach's Castle or Sonic Adventure's Upworld. SMG4 videos are charming, I'll give them that. Some of the slapstick makes me chuckle too. The spacing is often very fast like earlier Family Guy or Simpsons episodes, and I really enjoyed that. It felt like a trip to the past. That's all the positive I've got until 2017. Now I can understand that Gen Z grew up with these videos. That won't stop me from hating a lot of them. Well, the comedy is decent. It's a dude bro comedy about dudes, Mario included, being stupid but also they're right. Well, ew, women are cringe and annoying. They get in the way, unless they're sexy. Throwing some SA joke or gay jokes every episode because it effeminates dudes and also kids talk. At least Mario doesn't make a blackface. SMG4's older videos are kind of there. They can exist, but hearing about them as eyebrow perfect comedies, I disagree. I feel like people are really fond of these comedies due to them being part of their childhood. Hey, I had a childhood too. It was with some of the movies I watched being A Night at the Roxbury or The Princess Swan. Not everything aged too well, or actually a lot of them didn't age well at all. So I can understand why the older episodes are being beloved. There is also this aspect of Nintendo being involved, as Nintendo, after the Nintendo 64 era, started capitalizing on nostalgia. Look at your childhood. Remember your childhood? Now buy our stuff that reminds you of your childhood. Don't you like the good old times, baby? Which backfired, as Nintendo fans started asking Nintendo for their childhood over and over again, which means Nintendo can't experiment with new games anymore. Yay! So since a lot of SMG4 fans were also Nintendo fans, they were very upset when the series changed direction. I get it, I guess, it's just that I don't think it's a deal breaker. What was a deal breaker for me is when I forgot to watch one episode or two, so I got too lazy to catch up. Yep. Procrastination ended my interest with SMG4. Well, along with the ongoing narrative that was meh, and the OCs I thought were also meh. Or at least more original than the Mario recolors, although I missed the Shy Guy toast. However, along with SMG4, I found many other Mario bloopers. A lot of them were like the older SMG4 videos, which can be both a good thing but also a deal breaker, as seeing more SA and gays ooh and women bad jokes in 2025? Screw that! Despite that, I want to talk about a few channels I enjoyed that are using that style of Mario 64 bloopers, although I'd like to see more Peach bloopers someday. In my opinion, I think Alex Spider, whenever he creates a Mario animation, is doing a better job at creating a Mario sitcom than SMG4 ever did. Again, in my opinion. Mario isn't just dumb, and the rest of the gang is here, along with some very fitting OCs most of the time. Alex Spider's vid are very charming. Hey, remember Ninjala? God, Ninjala. Alright, let's Gmod more Mario 64. Basically, filming part of the video will make it easier to edit and easier on your eyes, probably. Oh god, I forgot about Onyx King. The thing about SMG4 is that other blooperists would appear in his videos. Onyx King is one of them. However, since Onyx King is one of the older video blooperists, his style has changed over the years. Not as much as SMG4, but certainly a lot though. I enjoy his mix of anime-related shenanigans, as well as the slapstick as usual. So I really like the OCs, aside from maybe La Mariposa, because at first it feels kind of jarring to see a real-life human in this Mario-inspired universe, but you know what? I got used to it thanks to Mario Odyssey, so no. I would not call the lore as developed, which is very refreshing compared to SMG4, especially since SMG4 posts one time a week. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, Goro Akechi appears as a character, and I like him more than in the actual Persona 5 game. Wait, I think I forgot to explain that for a while I had an hyperfixation on Mario 64 blooperists. So when my autistic hyperfixation ended, it literally just ended like that. So there are a bunch of Mario blooperists I forgot about that I was still subscribed to. Like Team Blue Toad. I saw a recent Team Blue Toad video, and their style is simpler, comparable to older SMG4 videos. Simple, fun, silly vibes of a Mario sitcom. It's just cozier. I really enjoy it. So I forgot to say that a lot of these channels are straight up inactive or archived, while SMG4 posts one video per week, which is a lot of episodes. Probably another one of the reasons why people want an SMG4 alternative, because 52 episodes per year is a bit too much for me. Also, bloopers are much more accessible than they were back then, since computers are powerful enough to run Super Mario 64 that the way to record things has been simplified. What you need is a wacky name with a Mario 64 recaller that exists as your self-insert, and also a script. Wait, you need a script? I would not be surprised if that was one of the reasons why people gave up on these videos, as coming up with a script and be funny, it takes a lot of time. Just like many fan projects, people tend to give up on them from time to time. So I guess it's part of life, I guess. Wait, I also forgot about Machinima. So basically, Machinimas were hee-hee-ha-ha skits that were created using video games as a way to communicate a story. From songs to crossovers to fanfiction. That's what Red vs. Blue was and why it was so popular. Just like whatever this is. I hate this. Either way, back to Mario 64 blooperists with Mario 54321, who does a variety of content including rankings, bloopers, etc. There are a lot of story arcs, but since it's not one video per week, it's not too hard to follow, and there's a complete playlist in it. Too much Gmod in this one. And Jacob Barker makes very random Mario videos using the Mario 64 models and the most stylish presentations I've ever seen. The text boxes, the lining, it's all so beautiful. The episodes are also rather short, but this is fine. I'd rather have quality over quantity. That said, I wish that Luigi X, another YouTuber, was more active. Some of their videos date back from like more than 1 year ago. Unlike Ouija Pie. Fun idea, horrible person I think. Yellow64, who started out as Glitchy Yellow64, and their presentation is so dang pretty. Like, legit gorgeous too. Camera movements impressed me more than anything, while the story is just there. It's a bunch of Mario recolors fighting. You're supposed to know everyone, so you need to watch every blooperist's videos in order to know them, and it just goes on and on. The newer episodes are shorter, psychological, almost pretentious films. These films surprised me with how much atmosphere they have, especially without any kind of dialogue. It reminds me of that one-can movie I will talk about someday. They go beyond the usual Mario blooper format to create something new, and it's really interesting. It's just too bad that they're not popular at all. They deserve better in my opinion. Trix's lore goes very deep, consisting of multiple Mario recolors fighting each other, and wow! The whole thing is obviously inspired by Kingdom Hearts, complete with endless amount of dramas and a sense of adventure. I'd recommend it if you want some Mayo Tree fanfictions done in Mario 64 format. To end this video, talk about a bunch of other blooperists I really like, I think. Cause this rabbit hole is massive, and it goes deeper than you would ever think. As for even less popular YouTubers, there's Mario Gaming 64. Series of fun Kirby-centered bloopers. There's a lot of Gmod, but also having a much slower pace, which I think is fine because it probably is a very young blooperist with not much experience. But yeah, sometimes the plot confuses me. Good for them, I guess. I used to make a lot of AMVs back when I was a teenager, but then my channel was deleted due to copyright strikes and absolutely nothing was archived. Pain. My pain aside, SMX5 makes fan-made SMG4 videos that kinda follow the canon but have their own story arc, and holy carb, watching this felt confusing, yet like meeting a friend you haven't seen in a while. Not everything was perfect, but the low amount of content, that's not once a week, is more manageable and funnier than most SMG4 episodes I've seen. Mostly funnier. And finally there's SMRJ, a blooperist whose videos feel like they came from 2016-2017 SMG4, which is personally the best of both worlds. I watch a couple of videos which I loved, then I watch others with one I didn't personally like. But you know what? The pacing and the jokes are solid, which I really think is one of the most important aspects of comedy. The blooperist also has only 28 subscribers, so I wouldn't mind seeing more content from them here and there. I enjoy seeing Meggy suffer as much as Mario. And that's pretty much it for the world of Mario bloopers. It was certainly a wild ride, despite this being only the tip of the iceberg. Although I have mixed feelings about the actual content, I enjoyed the ride, and I also encourage blooperists to create as much as they want. It'd also be nice to tone down the SA jokes or gay jokes, but that's my opinion. Thank you for creating, thank you for watching, please like and subscribe for more gay and autistic content from me. That's a good thing, by the way.